Thank you for joining us today. This is be part 3 of our teaching, our new teaching that we're doing on the name of the Ma-shee-ach, or the name of the Messiah. And I'm going to just mention something to you that I had mentioned in our second teaching, our second part, about the how the name Joshua that we use in our, that's just the English wording of the successor to Moshe or Moses, and also the name of the Ma-shee-ach himself is that he carried while he walked on the earth was Yahusha. Now, I brought out the fact is that if you will go to your scriptures and look up Numbers chapter 13 verse 16, you'll find a very, very interesting clue to prove the name of the Ma-shee-ach is Yahusha and not Yahushua. Now, the Joshua, what we call our English term Joshua, name was changed. If you read in Numbers chapter 13 verse 16, you will see that Moshe or Moses changed the name of Joshua from his original name, which is in the English translation, I believe it says Hosea or Hoshea, and but actually the Hebrew word is Husha. And if you look that up, you will find it's the Hebrew number H1954. And now the way, and because of vowel pointing, this is something that we need to talk about and get into, how that there was vowel points that were added in the Hebrew text. The Ma-shee-ach actually added vowel points around the Hebrew letters to change the pronunciation of different words, and I believe that they were done intentionally to hide the name of the Ma-shee-ach and the Creator's name, because of how much corruption and ignorance that is caused throughout the study of the Scriptures, because it's changed the pronunciation of so many names, the Ma-shee-ach himself. And but one thing you'll notice that is spelled, as far as how the word, his original name, Joshua or Husha, name was spelled. You see it right here. It's the letter He, Uah. Now this letter in modern Hebrew is referred to as a Wa or a Vav, but in actual ancient Hebrew, this letter here without vowel points had to make the sound of U. We call it a Uah. It's actually where we get our letters, our current letters today. The W and the V come from the original ancient Hebrew letter Uah. This letter here, which again what we a lot of times refer to as a Wa, is actually in ancient Hebrew without vowel points, so it would make the Uah sound. So Husha, this is the Shin. The letter looks like a W, is actually a Shin or a Shane. And this letter looks like an O, is an Ayin or Ayin, as it would be pronounced in ancient Hebrew. And Husha would be the way the English letters that we would transliterate into the English language to pronounce Joshua's or Husha original name. Now, and the reason that's important is the last part of his name, Husha, salvation, is the Shin and the Ayin, and this is the same letters that are attached, and also was prophesied in the prophecy in the book of Zechariah, chapter 6, of the coming Ma-shee-ach and what his name would be. It's actually spelled with these 5 letters here in the Hebrew text. The only way, and a lot of people say, and it's even got it transliterated, and something I can say about the Strong's Concordance. You have to understand this. The Strong's Concordance is a good reference point for a lot of information, but it's not infallible. In fact, it's not within being error-free. you have to understand from the standpoint that Strong's interpretation of the Hebrew Scriptures are based on the Masoretic writings, which actually he translated or transliterated things from with vowel points. So the name Yahusha that you see in the reference of Hebrew number 3091 is the only reason that you can get Yahusha out of Yahusha is by adding vowel points in here to get the u, the same, this letter here as another letter in here. Yahushua would actually be in between the Shane and the Ayin. That's the only way you can get this to pronounce this Yahushua instead of Yahusha. Now, so that's why it's important to understand that what Joshua's original name was Husha and not Hushua. So then you can make the connection and help you to understand that the Ma-shee-ach's name could never have been Yahushua. It was and is Yahusha. Now, I want to continue reading in verse 11 of Zechariah chapter 11. And as we had read in our first session about that this is the prophecy of his name, what it would be. And Yahuwah is speaking here, and he says, "Take silver and gold and crowns and set them upon the head of Joshua," it says in your English translation, but again, the Hebrew word is Yahusha, the son of Josedek. Yahusadek is actually, Yahusadek is how you would pronounce his name in the Hebrew, the high priest. "And speak unto him, saying, Thus saith Yahuwah of hosts," or Sabaoth, saying, "Behold, the man whose name is the branch, he shall grow up out of his place, and he," talking about he who, the one that they were to set on the crown and the gold and the silver and gold on, he, Yahusha, would be whose name is the branch, shall grow up out of his place, and he shall build the temple of Yahuwah. When you think about that for a moment, what is the temple of Yahuwah? Where does Yahuwah dwell for those that have received him now? He dwells, if you're a believer and you have received Yahusha as Ma-shee-ach, and you acknowledged him and you have received him, his Ruach abides in you. That means he dwells within us. He is the house, he has built the house of Yahuwah. That's not just talking about a physical house of Yahuwah, that's talking about his dwelling place. He dwells within us who are believers. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And so anyway, I'm going to have to stop here because I'm running along here, but we'll pick this back up on our next session, which will be part 4. So look forward to our next time together. It'll be some more great things we got to share. And I'll be looking forward to seeing you then. Shalom.